Hmm. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to our weekly Space to Breathe practice. It's lovely to see everyone starting to join, so welcome. And for those of you who don't know me, I'm Mark. I normally am behind the scenes doing the technical side of our weekly Space to Breathe meditations. But as Vidyamala is currently on sabbatical in New Zealand until March, I was offered the opportunity to step away from the technical role this evening and to lead a practice. So it's lovely to be able to have the opportunity to be here with you all. And if you are here for the first time as well, a very special welcome to our weekly Space to Breathe. And I see there's some messages coming in, so thank you ever so much for everyone for your kind words. Uh, that's really generous, and it's an absolute pleasure to guide the practice this evening. And yeah, normally we would start by asking people to put in the chat where they're from. But since it's gone 7 o'clock, I guess we better make a start. And so this evening, my thought was that I would offer a flow practice. And there's so often that our bodies can feel really solid and they can feel rigid. And the wonderful thing about awareness is the fact that awareness enables us to experience our bodies differently. So all those sensations that we experience, or the thoughts that we have, or the emotions that we have as well, that they're constantly changing, and awareness can enable us to really tune into those. And so I thought that would be the practice that I would lead this evening. And so my invitation to you all really is just to make sure that you feel comfortable in the posture that you're in, whether you're sat or lying down. And of course, to say that if any point you want to change your posture, then please feel free to do so. It's really important that we take care of ourselves. Um, Thank you, Karen, for that that message of a lovely choice for the practice. Um, and so again, just make sure you've got what you need. We're going to have just under half an hour together, and if everybody feels ready and comfortable, I'm going to start by inviting you to either close your eyes or lower your gaze. I'm going to close my eyes. And my invitation is just to notice how your body feels on the surface that you're either sitting on or lying on, becoming aware of the various different points of contact between you, the chair, the floor, or the bed. And just notice what it's like. How does it feel to be sitting or lying upon that surface? And we've got just under half an hour, so we don't need to rush. We can gently invite our awareness to come out of our heads and into our bodies, feeling the weight of the body on the chair, the bed, the floor. Just experiencing that sense of resting on the surface that we're sitting or lying on. Hmm. Allowing gravity to hold us, yielding to gravity. And having a sense of the surface that we are resting on, welcoming us. And also just noticing how we feel now. Maybe we feel a little bit different than when you first joined the meeting room. Again, there's no need to rush. We can allow our awareness space to breathe. So let's just continue to notice those points of contact, allowing awareness to enable the weight of the body to drop down, to rest on or into the surface that we're sitting or lying on. And also noticing how our thoughts feel now. Maybe the mind feels a little bit more relaxed. Maybe thoughts are slowing down a little bit. If they're not, that's okay. We're not trying to slow our minds down. We're just noticing, just being with however our experience is right now, without judgment and with curiosity. So, seeing if we can be explorers of our direct experience. And now let's invite our awareness into the center of our torsos and begin to become aware of the sensations and movement of breath in the torso. And wherever you can feel that movement or sensation the most. Maybe you can feel the gentle swelling and subsiding of breath in the belly. Maybe you can feel the opening, expanding of the chest on the in breath, subsiding, condensing on the out breath. Or maybe you can feel the movement of breath in the back of the body. Just however breath is expressing itself in your torso. Seeing if you can tune into that. And again, we're not thinking about breathing, but we're feeling it. We're noticing it. We're allowing awareness to pour into that movement and sensations of breathing. And maybe now your body feels as though it wishes to yield a little further. Maybe there's a sense of wanting to soften a little more. So, can you accept that invitation? Receiving that invitation with warmth, with tenderness, with acceptance. Yielding more and more, allowing the body to soften fighting the body to soften. And if you're finding that the body doesn't want to soften, that's okay. Again, these are all invitations, but just opening to the possibility that maybe as we continue with our practice, that the body will soften. And now let's guide our awareness through the legs down into our feet, noticing sensations in the feet, buzzing, tingling, maybe warmth, coolness. Maybe there's sensations of fabric touching the skin. Maybe if you've got shoes on, you can feel that little bit of tightness that sometimes we experience when wearing shoes. Maybe your feet feel tired. What sensations are you experiencing in your feet? Again, can you tune into those? Allowing your awareness to be like a current of water with curiosity that's allowing you to bring your awareness deep into your feet. The curiosity is the current of your awareness. Noticing how those sensations change. And sensations are always changing in our body. So, can we allow ourselves to notice those? And bringing awareness to the soles of the feet. What's it like for your feet to be connecting with the surface of whatever it is that you may be sitting on? Or if you're lying down, what sensations are you experiencing in the soles of your feet? And bringing awareness to the toes. What sensations are there? Maybe there's pleasant sensations, maybe there's unpleasant sensations, maybe there's even numbness or dullness. Just being curious about the sensations you're experiencing. And if it's helpful, then maybe just gently wiggling the toes a little bit, just gently moving them. And then letting them rest again and just noticing if those sensations change. Or if there were no sensations a moment ago, maybe there are sensations now. What about the tops of the feet? The skin that spans from the beginning of the toes all the way to the ankle. What sensations are you experiencing there? Again, maybe there's warmth, maybe there's buzzing, maybe there's tingling. Just being with those sensations without judgment and with curiosity, just to notice what it's like, to bring awareness to that part of your body. Now let's bring both of our feet, the whole feet, into our awareness. And again, just being curious about what are we experiencing now. And as before, we're not thinking about those sensations, we're feeling them. Now coming to the ankles, what sensations are we experiencing there? And the lower legs, the calf muscles and the long bones of the shins, feeling into the lower legs, being curious about whatever sensations we're experiencing. And if there's unwanted sensations, if there's what we would define as pain, always knowing that you can take your awareness somewhere else if you feel that those sensations become too overwhelming. Let's just be curious about what it feels like to bring awareness to the lower legs. Maybe your mind still feels really busy and maybe you've drifted off. Maybe your awareness has left your body and you can feel those thoughts in your mind really occupying your awareness. And if that's the case, then just noticing where your mind's drifted off to and maybe having a gentle and tender attitude of, there you are. That's where you've gone. And then gently inviting your awareness back into the body. It doesn't matter how many times we have to do this, our minds wander, and that's what they do. So we don't need to become frustrated or irritated or maybe even a bit angry with ourselves, but instead just gently noticing and then inviting our awareness back. So now let's be curious about our knees, noticing the sensations there. The surface of the knees, the inside of the knees, the back of the knees, even. Noticing all those sensations that are there. Again, if there are unwanted sensations, there's an aching feeling or something else, then being curious about that, but also being really tender and gentle with yourself. And having an attitude towards ourselves the same as we would with a loved one or a child that was hurting. So we're offering tender, loving, kind awareness. And then just noticing how that feels. How does that feeling feel in your body? What thoughts are you having around that? That invitation to offer a tender and loving awareness. As we explore the knees. And now moving up into the upper legs, the thighs. Noticing all the sensations that are there. And then becoming aware of sensations in the buttocks, inviting the buttocks to be soft, noticing any tension that might be there, and just inviting that tension to soften. Now let's invite our awareness into our lower backs. And as we do so, just noticing if there's any feeling there of not wanting to take your awareness into your lower back where there may be pain and there's a bit of resistance that's there. And if there is, just being with that resistance, noticing what that's like. Maybe that resistance changes a little bit. Maybe it softens. And just noticing what it's like to experience the sensations in your lower back, the middle of the back, the upper back. And whatever we experience, being really gentle and tender with ourselves. And now bringing our awareness into our shoulders, a place where we can hold lots of tension. So if there's tension there, then just inviting that to soften. Then coming to the front of the torso, noticing sensations in the chest, in the belly, becoming aware of breath in the front of the torso again. Feeling the rhythm of the breath. Noticing where you can feel those sensations the most. And now let's bring our awareness into our upper arms, noticing tension that's there, sensations, the lower arms, the hands, fingers, thumbs, noticing all the sensations that are there. And maybe noticing the sensations as clouds, maybe. That those sensations that are constantly moving are a bit like clouds that form and dissolve, moment by moment. And now let's bring our awareness into the throat area, back of the neck, and bringing our awareness into the face, inviting the face to soften. Noticing sensations in the lips, the cheeks, the jaw, sensations you may be experiencing if you have your eyes closed with your eyelids, and the temples, the forehead. And also, let's not forget our ears, noticing the sensations there, allowing sounds to come towards us. And now let's bring the whole of our bodies into awareness. Noticing all the sensations we're experiencing. Noticing the tingling, the buzzing, the vitality of life that's flowing through the whole of our body, moment by moment. Noticing all the sensations that are there. And also noticing any thoughts as well. Noticing how your mind feels now as we're starting to bring this time together to a close. How does your mind, how does your body feel now? What are you noticing? What's it like to sit with all those sensations, those thoughts, those feelings now? Maybe they feel a little less solid. Maybe there is a gentle awareness of your body being like a cloud, constantly changing sensations, thoughts and feelings that are changing. Maybe there is that sense of flow, body as a flow, and maybe even life as a flow. Hmm. And so now, as we bring the practice to a close, my invitation is just start to introduce a little bit of gentle movement, maybe gently moving the toes and the fingers, noticing also if there's any desire to grip onto the breath, and if there is, just softening around that. And then, if you'd like to come into bigger movement, just really asking your body what it needs, maybe stretching if that feels comfortable for you. And when you're ready, gently opening your eyes or raising your gaze as we bring our practice to a close. Hmm. Hmm. So, thank you everybody for being here this evening and for journeying with me as we practice together. And if you would like to say goodbye, I'm sure that